What is going on, YouTube? My name is Fester, and today I'm going to talk to you about the Star Wars Force Unleashed. I am super excited for this release. I've been a Star Wars fan. I think that was one of the first movies I've ever watched, to be honest. Probably after, like, Rudolph or, like, Frosty or something like that. But Star Wars A New Hope, that was, like, it's like the shit, man. It really is. So, obviously, this whole series is so important to me. It's given me a whole lot of inspiration growing up, like, for, like, films and just how I'd like to develop characters, like I was a director or writer or something. Like, definitely wouldn't be anything close to, the prequels. Like, I think I could develop characters probably a bit better than that. So in this video, I'm just gonna give you a rundown of what I want from this new Star Wars movie. So I think we can agree that I just don't want any of this shit. You know what I'm talking about. Jar Jar Binks. I don't want him. I don't want anything like him. I want somebody that's funny, not made for kids, damn it. Listen, Jar Jar Binks. No, I don't give a fuck. It's not cute and it's not funny. But on a more serious note, I really want characters I care about, Jar Jar was one of the first characters in the Star Wars movies that I just did not care about. Even, like, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon in the first movies. Like, I really did not. Like, I cared about them because I knew Obi-Wan was going to be in all three of them, but Qui-Gon, the only reason I liked him is just because he was Liam Neeson, So I don't want another whiny Anakin either. Hayden Christensen just made Darth Vader out to be some whiny teenager, and that's not what he is. He's a badass, Too many of the characters were weird, or just, like, given really weird roles in the prequels, you know what I mean? Like, sort of Mace Windu, he just really didn't fit in all that well. I mean, I know it was played by Sam Jackson, it was cool, and, like, Django, he was cool, but he was cool because he was Boba Fett's father. Even that way, he really wasn't that cool. So I just want characters I care about, like Captain Phasma. I think Gwendolyn Christie plays him, and, like, I think that's going to be a really cool role, and I think you're going to really want to see how that character develops. I think a great looking movie is also something that J.J. Abrams can pull off very well. The prequels, they had some beautiful moments in them, like, visually, but most of it just looked like CGI, like magic or wizardry. It didn't look like it was an actual place. It just looked like it was a bunch of pixels put up on the screen. And now I'm putting up some, like, screenshots or just some frames of the original trilogy, and they just look incredibly beautiful. And most of this stuff was done practically, especially in the first film, and it's wonderful to see something like that. And like, making the environments that they are making, they need to make some digital environments, but at the same time, you need to make stuff look realistic and put people in a position where they can put themselves into the movie and not just think, oh, this is a movie. They need to be part of the universe. And I think that's why we need these environments in it. So the last thing that I really want in this movie is wonderful dialogue. I'm a really big fan of, like, Tarantino, who bases half of his movie on dialogue. Yeah, it's exciting, it's really tension-filled, but it's all about the dialogue. And I know this movie isn't going to be all about the dialogue, I'm saying? Like, that's what the prequels are all about. They're all about trying to give exposition through dialogue. And that's why some of the moments didn't work. Like, the Vader, no, didn't work. So, just to give you an example of dialogue that doesn't work in the prequels, here you go.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And it's I don't really think it's Hayden Christensen's fault or Natalie Portman's fault. Like, George Lucas just doesn't know how to write something that has a lot of subtext to it and not just beat it over your head context. Okay, just kidding. The last thing that I want out of this movie, or even out of this trilogy, is the death of a significant character. especially in the first movie. It's sort of par for the course. You know, Qui-Gon died in the first one, then Obi-Wan died in The New Hope. And I honestly think they're going to kill off Han or Chewie, maybe even Leia, or possibly even Luke later on. I think they're going to keep Luke for probably the entire trilogy, because he's probably going to be I think he's going to be a bad guy. That's just my opinion. But I think this is something that this series needs, just to show that Abrams means business, and he isn't going to make the mistake that Lucas made. He's going to make tension fill the screen. He's going to make everybody feel like they're on the edge of their seat. So, yeah. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed what I want from The Force Awakens. I think I'm going to do a movie review afterwards, because like this channel was started off in movie reviews. I haven't done one since Age of Ultron, but I feel like this movie is just something I'm going to need to talk about, and it will be spoiler filled, so I'll make sure to put spoiler tags and whatnot. So I hope you also enjoyed the Battlefront 2 footage I have in the background. I just decided to buy it off Steven because I just want some nostalgia in my life after finals week, you know? So I hope you enjoyed that, and you stay classy, guys. Peace out.